This video on anger will not encourage you to sit and meditate somewhere in order to deal with your anger. I'm not recommending to sit with your hands on your heart and breathe deeply through your anger. If you would like a straightforward solution, the next time you or someone you know feels overwhelmed by anger, then listen on. Firstly, what is anger? The emotion of anger is a protective response when you feel hurt, disrespected or threatened on a physical, psychological or emotional level. Unfortunately, in our modern society, the emotion of anger is heavily discouraged and it leads to people suppressing their anger. This suppression can lead to a loss of temper or even the anger morphing into rage, which can have severe ramifications for someone's future. In fact, to be real, there are people on this planet specifically put here to push people's buttons, to elicit angry responses within people in order to manipulate them and get their way. So we need an antidote when coming into contact with these people. Generally speaking, you will not get from other people or society what I'm about to reveal to you. You have to give this one thing to yourself or let somebody else know about this the next time anger becomes overwhelming. So what is it, you might ask? It's validation. You must validate your own anger. Whether it's a disrespectful comment that you just experienced, a sly remark, it could be an unwarranted criticism, whatever it is that has brought up the emotion of anger within you, you need to know and you need to tell yourself that it is perfectly reasonable, perfectly healthy for you to experience the emotion of anger because you have respect for yourself, you have healthy boundaries, and you have every right to feel angry. Unfortunately, the other person, society, the event that just happened very rarely is going to validate that anger for you. And what people get caught up in is they keep getting more angry and increase the level of their emotion of anger in order to get that validation so that the other person will say, yes, I did the wrong thing, or maybe that was awful or cruel. Generally speaking though, this isn't going to happen. So the solution today is you validating your anger. When the emotion of anger arises, you likely feel disempowered. This disempowerment is registered in your mind, and the mind is going to then intensify the emotion of anger in an attempt to find some sort of solution for you in the moment, or to make the circumstance that just happened more favorable for you. This is normal, natural, and endeavours to protect you from harm or hurt. Unfortunately, as I mentioned before though, the likely response from people in public or the person that has angered you is going to be, stop yelling, calm your farm, what are you getting so angry about? They're not going to validate that anger for you, and in a sly and subtle way sometimes they're actually going to increase your anger by telling you that you are not justified for the way that you are responding to whatever has happened. After validating your own anger, it is likely that you're going to feel emotions of frustration, confusion, disappointment, and maybe even sadness. But these are much more preferential than feeling the emotions of anger that then morph into rage and cause people to lose their temper, say a whole bunch of things they regret, or do a whole bunch of things that they regret. The individual may then be subject to the emotions on an ongoing basis of shame, regret, disappointment in themselves, rather than experiencing the sadness, the disappointment, the confusion in the moment, which are much safer, as mentioned before. In summary, the purpose of the emotion of anger is to pull you out of feeling powerless, hurt, or afraid. It is not something to be ashamed of. It is not unnatural. You are perfectly within your right to experience the emotion of anger. I hope that today's video has been of help to you. In the meantime, I ask that you keep well, and I'll see you in the next video.